I thought it was appropriate to make a tutorial on this game because it's kind of tough at the beginning for new players. But hopefully, if you spend time on the game, you're gonna start to find like the mechanics very easy, and like the whole gameplay loop it's very simple. We're gonna start off here just on the title screen, so it's very simple how things work here. You can go at everything, figure things out. So the thing about this face customizer here is, by default, you can already edit what you want on your character here, like your facial appearance. I already picked mine, so right now I can't change it anymore. But once you confirm what you want for your face, you're gonna have to unfortunately re-roll. But I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be satisfied with what they have. Just make your character look cool at the beginning, and you won't have to do that. And then height, it's very simple how it works. There's 13 heights you can choose. Very simple how it works here. Jersey, you just come over here, and you can just type in any number between 0 to 99. You hit submit. You can change the numbers, and then here you kind of just play around with any color that you want here. But you have to hit the check mark to actually confirm it. Otherwise, it's not going to save. Just going to go back to what I had before. Okay. And then here, okay. This is pretty important here. Now, this is going to be in the hands of you guys. You're going to have to figure out what kind of like traits you want for your character. So, as you can see, there's like 16 traits here. You can select anything that you want, but again, if you press submit, you're gonna have to reset it afterwards. So be careful with your decision on this. So if we go over here, you can already see like what kind of traits these things do. So there's miscellaneous, there's offensive, there's neutral, there's defensive, and there's goalkeeper. So obviously, if you click on them, you're gonna see what they do. Right, so for example, your burstful shot charge up time is lowered. So obviously here on this game, for you to shoot a shot, you have to hold M1 and then you release. The longer you hold it, the more power you have on the kick. But obviously there's a certain time limit too. So there's also the builds here as well. Goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, striker. This is going to be important for flow. Other than that, it's basically just a title, honestly. So be careful with what build you choose here. And then here you can obviously see your stats. So there's 6 main stats in the game, stat types. You can just click on them here to see what you want, and you got the player score right here as well. This is kind of a cool feature I've seen in Blue Lock. For example, like Kaiser has he's like 93 or whatever. So I thought I could add it in the game here. Thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so when you're done with that, you have all the things here. There's 3 main places you can go to. If you want to join a friend, you simply just type in their user ID right here. You hit enter, and then you hit join friend. As long as it's a valid user ID, it doesn't even have to be your friend. Say I'm in a game or a server and you want to join me or something, you just type in my user ID, hit enter, you click this button here, join friend. Now, if you have a private server or if you want to join a private server, first of all, you have to click create private server button right here, okay? And then you're gonna get a new code. You can type in the code right here. By the way, this is case sensitive, so make sure you're careful with this. Okay. Now, once you've done this, the only places you can actually go to, unfortunately, with private servers is casuals and open worlds. As long as the code is correct here, if you click join casuals or open world, you will get sent to either one of those. So in this case here, mine, I want to go to open world here. I'm going to teach you guys the basics of like dribbling and all those kind of things. All right, it worked, thankfully. Cool. All right. If you want to mute the music, you just go here, go to settings, and you just mute it. Okay, so this is probably going to be overwhelming at first, I won't lie. This is why I was kind of like, honestly, a little scared at first, because this game is obviously has I'm not gonna say it has a lot of keybinds, but it kind of does at the same time. But once you get like your kind of for your flow or your feel of the game, you're gonna be using like maybe like 3 keys at most, or 4. You're not gonna be using a lot. It's very simple. Okay, so for starters, we're just gonna spawn the ball right here. Okay, so if you want to spawn a ball, you're gonna either have to do /ESB, or you can click the button right here in the bottom right hand corner. And if you want to unlock your mouse, just do a right control and you can unlock it there. And make sure you guys have shift lock switch on. Make sure you have this on. This is very important. Otherwise you're not going to be able to, like, you know, kind of snap your character in like ways that you want. By that I mean, if you press left control, then you can activate actual shift locked. And if you press it again, you can kind of like freely roam around. And again, right control, you can unbind your mouse. Okay, so basically the way how offense work on this game is you want to try to figure out how to time iframes and use that to your advantage offense wise though. Okay, so for starters, the basic controls are, if I just press Q, the ball is just going to go in the air, right? So, oh, by the way, this blue aura means that I have control of this ball. So anything I do with this ball, you know, it's in control of me. I can do everything I want with the ball, as long as I'm in control. But obviously, if you get out of range, boom, nobody has control over the ball. There's nothing I can do with it. But once I touch it, I have it back. However, this gets really, really dangerous, where some people might like start to expect that for you, in order for you to just get control of the ball, you just have to touch it. No, okay. If somebody else has control of the ball, right? If you're like 1v1ing a friend or something, you have to turn on defense mode and you have to steal it. That is the only way you're gonna get the ball. Or if the ball does not have an aura on. Well, you're not gonna be able to see that aura in the first place. So the only way for you to actually know if you're going to get the ball or not is if it's outside of their range, or you can simply just try to steal the ball. And there's 3 different types of stealing in this game. I'm just going to go on the defense side first because that's like really, really simple. So for starters, if you want to turn on defense mode, you simply just have to press back quote, right? And then you're going to see like these like blue borders around your screen. Now, if you don't like that, you can customize that key. You can change it. Just go over here, go to keybinds, and then you go to toggle defense right here. You click this button and you press any key on your keyboard, as long as it's valid, okay? And you just press it, boom. That's what backquote looks like. It's just, at least on my keyboard, it's just right underneath my escape button, and I can just do that. Alright, so let's close this. There you go, we got defense mode on. So how do you steal? When you're in defense mode, if you just want to do a normal tackle steal, standing tackle, you just click the button. You just press M1. Press M1. If you want to slide tackle, first of all, you have to start sprinting. You just sprint. Boom, and you go like this. This is what most people use right here. Slide tackle right here. But you need to be careful with slide tackle. So if you just slide tackle somebody, and like say there's a dummy right here. Actually, you know what? I might be able to do this. Okay. Yeah, this is valid. Cool. So imagine I'm just going up to this dude and I'm trying to slide tackle him like this, right? And I just go on his back right there. He's gonna probably flop and he's gonna get fouled. This only happens in the open world game because I don't want people getting fouled in casuals and competitive. I don't want that happening. But yeah, if you are not careful and you slide tackle somebody, like when you're behind them, they're gonna most likely just fall on the ground. But if you do it forwards like this, it's gonna be fine. So if this guy here has a ball, like imagine, like I said, say he has control of the ball. If I walk up and I just try to touch it, I'm gonna phase right through the ball because I don't have control. I haven't actually tried to validly steal the ball from them. The only way I could do that is if I slide tackle the ball, or if I just standing tackle the ball. Okay. And there's another version of the stealing. This is the third one. This is chest bump. So you just jump up in the air and you just steal. That's it. It's literally the exact same thing. This is mostly useful for people that are trying to like use first touch on you, so you can just jump up and you just steal the ball. Very easy, very simple. The first key that you're going to be using a lot is flicking the ball. You just press Q and it moves in the direction with you, right? So if you want, you can, some people, they just dribble the ball around like this. You know, they kind of get like really techie with it. You can just move the ball around. And the cool thing about this is, for every like dribble move that you do, if you flick the ball, it's gonna move with you. It's gonna like kind of show where you're at. And if you want to like be, you know, kind of interesting with how you flick the ball, you can just like move up. You press Q and you back up. It's kind of like a buffer window. So make sure, like, if you're trying to do this, you need to make sure you move first and then you try to do the key. Otherwise, it's just gonna stick up in the air. Well, if you're lucky, it's gonna move with you. But like, if you press Q before, yeah, right there, see it didn't like move with me. So be wary of that. So the next one is rolling the ball. To roll the ball, you can press either R or you can press E. You can also customize that. So flick ball right here. This is the first one. The first one we're going to be using a lot. Flick ball, roll right, press R on the ball. It's going to roll to your right. You press E, it's going to roll to your left. That's pretty linear right there. Okay. So this one, I personally do not use a lot yet. A lot of the testers, I think they started using this now. I mean, I'm kind of outdated on my own game here. I don't play the game. I've been just working on it. Pretty sure you guys can just see in updates. I don't play the game, unfortunately. But actually, I'm going to show this one after, because that one's not used a lot. So this one is going to be the fourth most used dribble key, sorry. So this one is called stopping the ball. Okay, so if you just press F, the ball will just stop wherever it's at. You're just gonna stop. This is really cool because say you want to control the ball and it's just like moving out of place, just going haywire. You know, you can just stop, turn around. You can just move around the way that you want to. This is why I was saying that shift lock it's really important that you leave this on the game, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time. And now the second part for stopping the ball, this is what I call first touch, is as long as the ball is in the air and you jump up, you're gonna kind of like snatch it with like your feet. You're gonna like catch the ball, you know. You can kind of like control it. So I do this, you know, so the ball is staying with me. And this is what I was saying. This is like, you're really not going to be using that many keys in the game. Like, everything I'm doing right now is only using like 4 keys. That's why I was kind of like, I don't think you guys really have to worry about how many keys there in the game. There is in the game, because you're not going to be using most of those until you become like a novice of the game. You're going to become like an expert or something, you know. So even this combo that I do a lot, I've done this combo for the longest. It's so simple and it works every time. You just press R. You press R and you press Q right after, and then you could go from there. This is where you just jump up and you press F and you just catch the ball, or you can do Q and E. E and Q, sorry. Okay, this one I don't really do that much. It's the same thing. And you could even flick the ball while it's in air. You can do things, you know, make your own combos, practice it. Figure out what you want to do to like shake up the defenders around you. Okay, now this one is also very simple. If you want to like dash in a direction with the ball, make sure you are moving, and if you just go up to the ball, you press M2, you're gonna dash in whatever direction you're going in. If I just hold D and I M2, I'm gonna dash to the right, to the left, backwards, forwards. And notice this does in fact take stamina. So make sure you have enough stamina to actually do this. This is where like stats come into play a lot too, because you know all these, they really help a lot. But yeah, that right there is the main keys that you guys are going to be using. That is Q, E, R, F and M2. And that's flicking the ball, rolling the ball right or left, stopping the ball, which is that right here, and then M2ing right here, getting your little dash in. Alright, so the next one is rolling the ball forwards or backwards, okay? This is on you guys. This one is, even I don't use it that much. I'm not that techy at my own game. I don't play it that much. But if you want to kick the ball forwards, you can just simply press X. You just press X and it just, just goes forward. Some people do that a lot. They just spam Q while they're running, just like keep the ball with them. They just do that, spam Q or X, sorry. And if they want to push the ball backwards, they press C. And again, you guys can customize all of these to your advantage. So make sure you play around with that, with what works well for you. I believe I've seen some people do stuff like this, and they just like kick the ball forwards and they back up with it. They kind of like, they go in. I was showing you guys before, you could just run forwards and you could back up. You can catch it. You could do this. Kick it forward. But yeah, some people, they like back up and then they press X at the same time. So it's like you back up and then you, all of a sudden you're like changing direction, you just like, hold on. Something like that. Now, this one is a new feature that Marco added in. It's really cool. It's called the advanced dribbles. Okay, so I'm just gonna unlock my mouse real quick. I'm gonna look at my face, my tough face. And I'm gonna press Z. So what this does right here is whenever you're in this mode, you can enter like the advanced dribble mode. So what this does is it allows you to do like unique animations that are different from the basic dribble animations, like the normal stuff like that. What these ones will do is once you've awakened it, I think it lasts for like 2 seconds. If you press, I believe all of like the basic dribble moves, it's gonna do a different one. So for example, if I turn on this mode and I press E, I believe that was the left air elastico right there. Could do it again. That's what it looks like right there. So if I'm moving, I turn it on, boom, right there. And if I do R, it's gonna do the opposite of that. It's gonna do a right air elastico. But this takes stamina, so be careful with this. It takes a lot of stamina. Okay. And then the next one is the roulette. This one I like a lot. This animation is super cool. You just go up and you press, I think it's C. Hold on. Looking at the keys. Yeah, it's C. There you go. Do a quick roulette. Spin with the ball. Make sure you have the aura on and that you have enough stamina. If you don't, then you're gonna get screwed over. Okay, let's try that again when I have enough stamina. Oh, that's a step over, sorry. Yeah, if you press X, this is a step over. And by the way, when you're doing these moves, you have like absolute iframes over the ball. And then the last thing I'm going to explain is actually how the IFrame system work. In like this percentage, like what does this mean right here? I'll explain that after I show you. I'm sure you guys see like every time I do a specific like dribble move, like my percentage goes down by, random numbers, random amount. What this is basically like, imagine if I just flick the ball up like that. I just flick it up right there. Let's just say one flick right there is going to give me like 0.5 seconds of iframes on the ball, which means like nobody can just steal it. Nobody can steal it for half a second. If you multiply, obviously if you multiply 0.5 by 100, you're going to get 0.5. So what this means is like, if you have a max stamina or max iframe bar or dribble percentage, you're going to have max iframe time on it. But if this is 50%, half of 0.5 is 0.25 seconds. So basically, the lower your percentage here is, the lower your iframes are. This is to counter people like just spamming dribble moves. Like you can see my percentage is just getting destroyed right there. And the more you spam it, the more it goes down. So if you dribble on just 0%, you have 0 iframes on the ball. People can just snatch the ball away from you just by stealing, literally just by stealing. If they wanted to, they could just take it from you. But by the way, if you press /E SB again, it's gonna bring the ball back to you. Or you could just do this. Either works. That is why you need to be very like conservative of how you use your iframes and how you dribble around people. And if you're not careful, you're gonna run out of those iframes, which literally is like the actual like heart of this game. It's like knowing how to use iframes to your advantage, and knowing when the iframes are like off cooldown. I'm gonna say. If you're on a team, you can press the key V or the location ping right here, which like indicates to your teammates either where you want the ball, because obviously it says my name right there. Okay, so let me show you guys a quick difference real quick. If I don't have a ball and I'm teamed to something, and if I press V, this is gonna be like off ball call, right? So like this is a guy who I want the ball here. So say this guy vetting here is gonna pass to me. I want the ball right here. He's gonna see it. He's gonna pass it to me. Now, if you do have a ball and you ping that, this is like me saying, "Yo, go there," because I have the ball, right? You see the blue marker. It sticks out of every single one. And in the first place, to even get on a team is to simply do this. You do #team, and you just enter a team name. You can do team hi, and it actually sets you to the team that you're on. So you know, for mutes or whatever who don't have mics or whatever, and are like scrimming with your teams or whatever, you can just do the team chat. And if you want to leave a team, you just do leave, and they're off the team. And the way how it looks like when you're actually on a team, I believe it's like this. Yeah, you see the little marker above his head over here. I'm not gonna go over there, but that's just a dummy right there. And obviously, if you leave, you can do that. Okay, let's go over these. So these are the shot types. So obviously, as you guys can see, the left on the left side here it says standard. On the right side it says backspin. So this is where things can also get a little overwhelming, confusing. Some people might not understand what it means. Hopefully you do. If you don't, that's okay, no worries. So what standard does is basically it's anytime you try to like kick the ball, it's gonna have like more like air time to it. It's gonna like float more. This is what's really good for like passing to your teammates. Like if I want to pass to this guy right here, I can just kick the ball like that to him. You know, the ball's gonna be in the air a lot more. There's an easier chance that he's gonna grab the ball. Now if I change that standard mode to maybe like straight, and you could see your keybinds here. My default, these are all the default keybinds, by the way. And again, you guys can change this. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I change if I press 2, it's gonna change to straight. So what straight is, the floatiness on the ball is gone. This is more of a power kick. This is like the ones you want to be shooting on the goalie. This is a power kick. And you can still pass like this to teammates. People do that. Alright? And it's valid because, well, there's this thing called backspin here. Backspin, the moment it hits like the ground, it like, the friction, I'm gonna say like, it lowers the velocity of the ball. It slows it down. So if I do this, for example, if I like kick the ball down, you know, it's just like rubbing against the ground. It's losing its speed as fast as possible. Every time it touches the ground, the ball loses its speed when on backspin. This is what I believe it's called, like through balls or whatever. I don't know much about soccer, football. I don't know that much about it. But this is how you can like get like strong passes to teammates. You can get like really like try hard with this stuff. This is what I'm expecting people who play competitive with like actual teams is to kind of like combine all the features of the game. This is why I was saying it's like this game probably might not be for everybody, unfortunately, but if you have the time to try to get good at it, it's going to be there for you. You can do basically anything that you want on the game. That's why I'm happy with it. I didn't know we can make that possible on a soccer game. Okay. Now let's get over the shot modes real quick. So the next one is curving. Okay. So as you see, I press 1, it changes to standard. If I press 2, it changes to straight. Now if I press 3, this is going to go to outside. So what outside is basically the ball is going to curve to your right, as you can see with like, this arrow key in the middle of my screen right here. If I press 4, it's going to curve to the left. Basically, this is how it looks right there. You see how the ball's like curving to the left? And if I do this, the ball's curving to the right. And from there, you can kind of make your own like plays and tricks with that. You can try different things. Because you guys can just see how I'm aiming right here. I'm not actually aiming straight, like as if I was doing a straight or standard shot. You can curve the ball in from wherever side that you're at. Okay. Now this is going to be the second part of the spins. So this is top spin. Okay, so as you guys obviously seen, like if I try to do a backspin on the ball and it hits the ground, it's gonna lose its speed very quickly. If you don't want that to happen, all you gotta do is change the spin to top spin. Top spin, it's not gonna hinder your the velocity on the ball at all. In fact, it might even speed it up when it hits the ground. So this is the difference right here. You guys can see it's not losing speed. I believe even if I do that, it's just gonna run. It's just gonna go forward. And again, if I change it, and if you want to change it back to backspin, the keys for all the spin modes are B, default, is backspin, and topspin, M is knuckle. Topspin right here. Backspin right here. And now this is knuckle. Okay, so knuckle's unpredictable. A knuckle shot can go literally anywhere. It does not have any spin on it whatsoever. It's just very stagnant. So here you can see the ball is obviously floating to like my right. It goes in any random direction. It can go anywhere. See, this is why this one is kind of a dangerous one. You should probably be using this maybe close range. And yes, you can combine this with curves. I haven't done much of that myself. It's a little difficult. But yeah, I think this is like the sweet spot range if you're gonna use knuckle. It's close enough where the goalie is gonna be able to block whatever you have coming at him. This is really important too. This one is maybe the most important thing of this game. So, like, knowing how to use the like advanced shot modes is really important. This stuff happens automatically. Okay, so it's all based on the air. Like, you know how I said if you flick the ball in the air and you press F, it's gonna like snatch to your hands. Here you need to make sure that you make sure that the ball's in the air in the first place. So, oh yeah, by the way, if you want to cancel your shot, you can just press Z, and it just, it's kind of like a feint. It's a fake kick. You can use it to like fake the goal. You can go like, oh, and bring the ball back, something like that. That's what a lot of people use. They use it to their advantage. Okay, right. So from this point on, if you want to utilize all the shot, like advanced shot types, I believe there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 that happen automatically. So if I just flick the ball up and I just shoot it, an animation's automatically going to happen. It's going to be a header. I head the ball forward. But like as you guys seen before, with knuckle shots, the ball goes in any random direction. The same happens here with headers. But although it's really slight, it's not that crazy. Okay, and when the ball is in the air and you press A and you just shoot. Oh, that happens sometimes too, by the way. Don't have to worry about that. If you're in the air and you're holding D, you're gonna do like a tilting volley basically to the right. It's really quick animation that happens super fast. You don't have to worry about if that's gonna hinder you or not. And if you go like this, go to the left, you kind of tilt in the other direction. And then if you want to do a bicycle kick, you flick the ball up, you hold S, only S, and you start doing a bicycle kick. Very easy. And I believe the last one is a scorpion kick. You flick the ball up, hold W, boom. Credit to Marco for those animations. Those are tough. Yeah, you just flick the ball up. Now you need to be careful with this because some of the talents are based off of this, right? Some of the talents are based off of like how you actually like fundamentally kick the ball. If I was using like Big Bang Drive, I would actually have to sorry, I would need to be actually using the bicycle kick mode. So in this example, I'm going to give myself Kaiser Impact. This is a shot type. So talents are actually sorted into 5 different types. So there's shot type, there's dribble types, there is the shot types, dribble types, there's defense type, there's an unorthodox type, and the last type I believe is agility. Those are all going to be placed in details and guides in the Discord. You could just find that there if you want it. And that's also going to be on the title screen, so you can just choose what talent type you want, and there's going to be a huge description on what it does and what it means. So find out what character build that you want from that. And you can get 2 talents in the game. You can get a primary and secondary one. These are kind of like your signature moves. So again, this is where the game gets difficult too, because you don't press a key for you to automatically like do a chop or dribble or something. You have to first activate the talent, and then you need to act upon that. You need to like know how your talent actually works. So make sure you read the description, you understand how it works. So in my example, I'm going to give myself Kaiser Impact real quick. Okay, we got Kaiser Impact. Okay, so Kaiser Impact, the absolute description of Kaiser Impact is, let us check this real quick. Okay, Kaiser Impact. When doing a full power shot with the straight mode enabled, perform a laser quick kick. Similar to Kingly Strike, however, you can perform this mid-air or on the ground. So you guys need to be have attention to detail when you are reading the talents and how they work. So Kingly Strike is another like really fast power kick in the game, and you cannot do it while you're in the air. So like I said, if you guys remember how these advanced dribble modes work, you cannot, the ball has to obviously be in the air. If it is in the air, then you can do a different animation for it, get all drippy and shit, you know. But if you, for my example here, if I want to use Kaiser Impact, well, firstly, the first requirement is that you're on the straight shot mode. Straight shot mode right here. If you want to enable straight, you can press 2. These are default controls, by the way, that I'm using. And you have to have the topspin mode on as well. So if I want to put topspin on, I can just press N, and now I have topspin on. So now what you want to do is refer to your controls here. So primary talent, for my case, I have it on 5, and then secondary talent, I have it on 6. So most talents work like in a window type system. So if I press 5, I'm gonna have my little aura come on. It's gonna say what move I'm about to use, and then as long as his aura is on and I try to actually like activate the talent, it's gonna work. Okay. So, in my case, what I need to do is, if I want to use the shot talent, I just have to literally press 5, and then I have to just kick the ball, and it does what it's meant to do. Make sure you have this on and make sure you time it. Super quick kick right there. And then this is a different one. The agility types, sometimes talents work differently. Sometimes they work the moment you press it. Like right here, victory path, for example. If you just go, you just start running. If you know where this is from, credit to you. It's from Valorant. But yeah, this is just another agility talent. Basically, the moment you press or you touch the orbs, you get quicker and you get more stamina. Stamina back every time you regen it. Yeah, this is my secondary talent though. As you can see, my stamina is coming back. But in my personal opinion, this talent is very useful for like if you want to sprint from one side of the pitch to the other. You can get there really fast. Okay, that is basically how you use talents. It's very simple. There's another type. Dribble types sometimes work very simple with it. For example, monster lift. This is based off of Botchera. So for dribble type talents, you need to sometimes you need to have control of the ball. So like this is an example how one looks like. You just press it just does it for you automatically. This one, the animation used to be a lot slower before, but I upped it because people were starting to predict it. You just press 5 and it just does it for you and you just go. And here you can combine it with, you know, the F key. You can just jump up and press F and it's gonna like, you're gonna catch the ball. And by the way, cooldowns are not this short. This is just for me right now because I'm testing them out right now. You know, you just jump up. If I actually can time this right, I should be able to do it. I'm not timing it right. Let's see if I can do it. Oh. An anti-dribble thing on it. Okay. But yeah, usually if you just do that and you just jump up and you press F, it's gonna catch the ball in your hands. Okay. Now, this is important. This is really important. This is how you receive passes from your teammates, and this is how you slow down a ball that's moving extremely fast, like in your range. So if you press F, the stop key, the F key, stop or first touch, this here, it counts for 2 different things. So if I don't have control over any ball in the game and I just like press F and I like kind of get inside its range, I'm gonna get control of the ball. And the ball will slow down at the exact same time as well. So this is how you stop like passes that are coming to you extremely quickly. So this is what these pads are here for. If you just want to practice stopping the ball, you just kick the ball straight across. You just kick it. Sometimes it does that, it glitches out, unfortunately. It's gonna bounce right back to you. So if I press F, the ball slows down right there. It just drops in place. And then if you jump, this is how you should be receiving passes most of the time if you want to control it with skill. You jump up, and then you press F. So even here, this is going to work for me too right there. You see how nobody has control of the ball. I can just jump up and I can grab it. And then you can go from there with what you want to do. And that right there is how it works. That's it. So most things in this game are very, very simple once you understand the loop. My suggestion for you guys is to go into casuals and just run around and just play, or just come straight to open world when the game opens up, and you just practice. You just go. Some testers might give you advice, some might not. I probably wouldn't rely on them for advice, but this is always a good place to start off. You want to look at this video and you can just learn how to do things to your advantage. So I'm just gonna go over everything one more time real quick. So the basic things that you're gonna be using this game is basic dribble moves is flicking the ball in the air, pressing Q, pressing E, pressing R, stopping the ball by pressing F and then M2. There you go. That is it for offense, basically. Now, how you combine that is up to you, my friend. That's how you... This is your own, like, prerogative. This is where you figure things out on your own. I didn't want to make this game easy. And honestly, it's not easy at first, but once you understand it, it's super simple how it works. And defense mode, again... Oh, here's another thing I didn't explain before. So if you have defense on and you touch a ball, it's going to automatically turn off. So you're going to be off on defense mode. And you cannot activate defense mode when you have control over a ball. You just can't. But if I, obviously don't, then I'm good for it. And it turns off automatically for you the moment you touch the ball, like I said before. Okay, and another part here is the stats here, obviously. So what you do with these is up to you. You can do the exact same thing that you've seen before on the start menu. You can see your stats here. You can base it off how you want. So the more I upgrade my speed here, obviously the quicker I'm gonna run, just by looking at the description of what the stat does. And the more you upgrade your stats here, the more your rating goes up. The rating here is just quality of life stuff. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave the video there. Okay, that is it for the dribbling and basics of this game.